Hey everybody, today we're going to make violet jelly. I sound a little hoarse, but it's okay. So the first thing you want to do is get you a Tupperware bowl, not too big. You want about 2 cups, 2 to 4 cups, but I go with 2 cups of picked materials. So you're going to need a bowl to put it in, and you're going to need your best friend to go and help you pick it. Gee, do I have a best friend? Anyone know who my best friend is? Oh yeah, it's this little dog right here. So we're going to venture outside to the yard, and this is important. You see all these violets over here, but you see this dog? He likes to pee over there. That's a no-no. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to this patch of violets over here that they don't spend a lot of time in, and they don't do a lot of things in there. So we're going to start picking this plant right here. This is the wild violet, y'all. You cannot make African violets into jelly. Those things won't work. You have to have wild violets. These things are good to eat. This is the common blue violet, though I do have the white violets mixed in with mine as well. These things are a weed, but it's a good weed. It's a good weed that has a lot of medicinal purposes. And here's the identification chart for anybody wanting to see what all color variations there are to wild violets. Look at the heart-shaped leaf. That's a great indicator. This is violet jelly. Look at that amethyst color. That's what we're going for, although it won't start out that color. That's the kicker. I'm going to give you the recipe here so that if you all want to make your own jelly, you can come back and watch this video, pause it, screenshot it, and you will have the information. I'm just going today to take you through gathering the materials, washing them, and prepping them for the jelly process. So today is just picking the violets and getting them ready to get that juice so that we can make the jelly. Now, violets are said to be, I'm not a doctor, but they're said to be, great to help you relax and sleep, great to keep your bowels moving, great to move water that you've held on your system. They've got a lot of great qualities. And once again, here's another recipe. And we're going to go to another screen that's going to have a lot more information if you want to read it about how it's rich in minerals and nutrients and things that it's great for, and that there's no reported medicinal interactions. Y'all can read that if you want to. Here are the references if you want to go and seek out more information about the medicinal properties, because once again, I'm not a doctor, YouTube, just helping people learn options. So there's your references.
We're going to add our lemon juice, sugar gel, and sugar. What's strange is that when you add the lemon juice in, the citric acid will turn this into a deep purple color. Okay, so it's starting to heat up, so we're going to go ahead and stir everything in. I need a half a cup of lemon juice. You see that amazing color change as it turned from blue to purple?
Okay, now look at my bowl. Yeah, I put some dandelions in there. Y'all know I had to. Dandelions are great. We call it bittersweet. We call it piss in bed here. The old people call it a whole lot of things. Lion's mane. It is great. The dandelion is a symbol of hope, love, and happiness. The yellow petals represent the sun and all the shining good deeds in your life. I think all that is great. The scientific name for the dandelion is, this was Terexicum. I don't know if it's weird. I don't care for its scientific name, but I love all the stuff it does. Read about it. So we're going to throw some of those in there. And then this, I saw this, but I didn't add it to my bowl, but I want to show you what this is. This is a great thing that a lot of people don't know that they have in their yard. This is, we call it dead nettle. It's red dead nettle, purple dead nettle. That's got a bunch of color names. We call it just dead nettle around here. This plant is amazing. This is something, it's called Lamian purpureum, if I said that right. But it's red dead nettle, and it is great to make a tea. To take this stuff and dry it. All of the plant is edible. All of it does wonderful things, but it is a nettle, so it does have those fuzzy little things on the leaves. So if you do take this and you dry it out, please make sure that when you steep it or you use it in a tea, that you strain it really good, because those little things can hurt your throat. And if you dry it, it reduces that a little bit. So here's some information if you want to go back. Dead nettle is great for throat issues, as you can tell I'm having today. It's great for mucus. It's great to it's great for blood. It's been used in poultices for many, many years. And if you want to dry it, you can just basically pull all the leaves and flowers off the plant and put in a dehydrator or on, in a drying rack by a wood stove. Lamian purpureum, people. Yes, we're all nerds. We're learning today. Here is another neat little plant by my gnome that says go away. Yeah, I know, that's hilarious. This is apple mint, although I have apple mint and lemon balm in this garden. They both look very much the same, but this is apple mint, and you can tell they're different by just the general shade of the leaf, the root, and by the smell. This is apple mint, and it grows all around through here, and it's just starting to come up. I'm going to clean that garden out. It's just starting to come up. This stuff is great, and I love my gnome. Lane got that for me. This stuff is great because apple mint, though it's a part of the mint family, is much more sweet than normal, but it has a full body flavor. So apple mint's great. It's used basically to cook with, or to flavor things, or to garnish things. I like to rub it in like rosemary on certain things. And lemon balm is used very much the same way, although it's used sometimes straight for tea as well. I still like to mince it up, and lemon balm keeps mosquitoes away too. So now we've got our violets and our dandelions. We're going to take the dandelions, and we're going to take all the lion's mane out of the dandelions, and we're just going to put the violets, and those little green caps are not going to cause too much bitter flavor. So we're just going to throw them in the next bowl. We're going to take out all the big chunks of stems, all the leaves we may have picked up. We're going to separate the trash from the flower right now. So you want to take off stems if they're long like that. I'm doing this one-handed. Be patient. Take the stems off and pop the flower into the bowl, and then just throw the stem away. We don't want the stem. But the little green caps in the back for the violets, not bad. But for the dandelions, you want to squeeze that stem. That's paint on my fingernails, by the way. I've been crafting. You want to squeeze that stem and then pull all the yellow stuff out. Very hard to do one-handed again. Pull all the yellow stuff out and then throw that green away. We want that yellow stuff in the middle. We want the lion's mane. We just don't want all that green. The green on the dandelion is very, very bitter. It's not good. So we want to separate that out, and you're just going to go through your bowl, and you're just going to make sure that you get all the trash out, and any buggy boos you may have picked up, you want to take those out, and you want to prep the stuff so that we can start getting it washed and ready to be steeped, because that's how we're going to get our liquid. So take those caps off. Again, it's much easier here with two hands as opposed to one. Excuse all the paint that I have in my fingernails. I've been crafting. But see how easy that was with two hands? It doesn't take but just a few minutes. And now we're going to put on our water to boil. We just need a little bit of water, y'all. See, I don't have very much in that. Just a little bit. So this is going to be the boiling water that I set on the stove. And we're going to let it come to a boil. So let's just put some, and I'm using spring water, and that's like literally twice as much as I need, but I'm using spring water. That's twice as much as I need, but I'm going to set it over there and let it start boiling, because it's going to boil as I'm washing my plant, so it might boil down just a little bit. Do you like my ribbon wrapped jars there in the back? So we're going to turn this on and just let it start getting to the boiling stage while we do the rest of stuff. So bye, see you later. So here, after we picked out all the trash, is what we have left. See, that's not a horribly huge amount, but it's just enough to do, a few jars of jelly, and you can double this recipe if you want to. So if you want to make, 6 jars of jelly, you probably need, twice as much of that. But we're going to wash this 3 to 4 times, and then we're going to end up putting it in that jar. But to wash it, we're going to wash it, rinse it around, squeeze it, try to work all the dirt off, and just kind of get all the nastiness to fall off. And then you're going to pick it up and squeeze it, and put it in the bowl. Pick it up and squeeze it. Take your anchor out, put it in the bowl. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it out of this bowl, put it in the Tupperware. Then I'm going to put water in the Tupperware, wash it, squeeze it back into the glass bowl. And I'm going to do that several times, because look at that water. Do you see that water? And that's just dirt. I mean, is it going to kill you? No, probably not. But we don't want dirt in our jelly. Jelly's not meant to be chewed, so we don't want dirt in our jelly, and we definitely don't want ants. So this is what we get when we wash it. When I've put it into my jar, this is how much I had. See, not a horrible amount. Just that's a quart jar. That's about half of a quart jar. I'm going to use my big funnel here, and I'm going to use it to put my boiling water. And I'm going to pour my boiling water I just put that underneath in case my jar busted to catch it. You have to use metal. You can't cover this in plastic, so use a glass jar. Woo, fumble fingers. Use a glass jar and a metal lid and let it start steeping. Do you see that blue liquid under there? That is the blue color from the violets, and it will be much darker. It will actually look almost black by the time it gets fully steeped. So you're just going to let that sit there and do its thing. It's working. It's doing its work for you. Just let it sit there and let it steep all that wonderfulness and shake it from time to time so that you know it's working. So we're just going to let that steep for, quite a while. I'm going to let it go actually overnight. Then I'm going to strain it and see our liquid that's like a dark blue. I know the lighting makes it look black, but it's actually dark blue. That's what we got. And we're just going to stick that in the fridge. And you know something? Tomorrow we're going to make jelly.